Gravity Falls was a show produced for Disney by Alex Hirsch. The show is about the two twins Dipper and Mabel. They live with their great uncle Stan in a town called Gravity Falls. Their uncle runs a place called the Mystery Shack, filled with basically a lot of lies. But today I'm not going to be talking about the twins Dipper and Mabel, I'm going to be talking about the twins Stanford and Stan Lee, and about the tragic story that split the two. In the Season 2 episode, A Tale of Two Stans, we see how the Stan brothers got split up, but we also see a bit of their origin story. And take good note of this clip right here because we'll be using it later.
A mysterious boarded up cave. It might be filled with...
Did you see it? Did you see what I meant? Well, let me play it back, but this time zoomed in. Gravity Falls is known for its secret codes, and I think this one isn't an exception because it says Blendin was here. And as you might know, Blendin is a time traveler. He travels through time. But that's not what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about this scene.
This is all your fault, you dumb machine! Oh no! Oh no, no! What did I do? There, alright. Good as new. Probably.
As you can see, Stanley did put the grate back and was very careful with the machine. But the next morning, the grate has mysteriously opened again and the machine started smoking again.
This sheet!
I'd say we wasted a car trip.
What? But it was stable yesterday. A fuse must have blown or something.
Ford himself says it was a fuse that must have blown, but I think this is very unlikely. And since the grate is open again, I think Blendin might have done it. But why exactly is the question? Well, let me explain. I think Blendin has been following the Pine Twins a longer time than this because of the Blendin was here at the scene in The Tale of Two Stans. Well, then again, why would Blendin do this? Well, I think it wasn't Blendin, but it was Bill possessing Blendin. Bill did this before, so it's nothing new. He possessed Blendin in the episode Dipper and Mabel vs. the Future. And I think Bill did this because he wasn't yet able to change time itself because he hadn't defeated Time Baby yet. Now, he can control time, but back in those times, I think he couldn't. So that's why he possessed Blendin to take on Stan. But most importantly, why did Bill do it? Well, I think it was Bill, because if it wasn't for the machine being broken, Stanford would have never gone and studied technology instead of the supernatural. And if it wasn't for his studies in the supernatural, he would have never gone to Gravity Falls. And if he never went to Gravity Falls, he wouldn't have found the cave how to summon Bill. And if it wasn't him finding the cave, Bill would still be in his own dimension. And if it happened, the portal would have never been created. And if the portal was never be created, Stanford wouldn't be sucked into the portal. And if it wasn't for him being sucked into the portal, Stanley would have never opened it again. And if Stanley didn't open it again, the rift would have never been created. And if the rift wasn't created, Bill would have never obtained a physical form to take over the world. I think Bill went back in time and possessed someone to destroy the machine so he could obtain the universe. I think what he did, it was he possessed Blendin to go back in time to destroy the machine. And interest Stanford to come to Gravity Falls. And as of when it happened, well, there's a big chance it actually happened moments before Blendin got his hands on the rift, because Blendin is a time traveler. He could have literally time traveled back to the moment and then destroyed it, so the rift would be created and Bill would finally gain his physical form. This would mean that Gravity Falls timeline would have been cut in two parts. One where the rift was destroyed and Weirdmageddon happened, and the other one where it didn't happen. But that's a different story for a different time. That was it, ladies and gentlemen. That was my theory why Stan Pines didn't do it. If you did enjoy this video, maybe consider giving it a thumbs up, and if you really enjoyed it, you could consider subscribing. It would help me out a lot, because we recently hit 50 subscribers, and this is a huge thing for me. I'm a pretty small channel, but 50 subscribers is a lot for me. Thank you. But that concludes this theory. So close your journals, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye! This whole theory was just bull, and Blendon just needed supplies.